Yesterday I was able to protest Bandana Brewery. I rode the wonderful bus over there. The weather was about as perfect as you can get. Warm and sunny. About 65 degrees with little if any wind. I wore my shirt, straight edge drinking socks, and my straight edge baseball cap. As I was walking over to the protest location, a car of young females in unction shouted, "Drink beer." I didn't think they saw my sign as it was covered a bit. At first, I thought they were reacting to my straight edge message. But I should have figured lots of people aren't wise enough to realize what straight edge is. Then it dawned on me that they were reacting to the back of my shirt which said, "Drinking sucks." The place to protest was not necessarily the best. I had to stand on a bike trail path which was a little ways from the brewery and also a little ways from the street. There was a worker mowing the lawn while I protested, but he didn't interact with me. People didn't seem to get angry. When people asked why I was holding the sign, "Boycott the liquor industry," I usually replied, "Because the disadvantages far outweigh the advantages," which was me skillfully shifting the need to justify a position on them. For example, I told one person, if they are here existing, they should be able to provide some advantages. It does appear as if most people couldn't think of profound reasons why they drink. Most people seem to drink without any thought. If I have to justify why I oppose the liquor industry, they absolutely must justify why they drink. Maybe next time, I should ask a question, instead of making a statement, such as, "What good has the liquor industry done?" Or, "Name one advantage of the liquor industry." I took along my new tape recorder and had in my shorts pocket. It seemed to not pick up the best, even though I tried it before the protest. But that was in my apartment, free from all the distracting sounds out there. One man drove a van while talking on his cell phone and he pulled into the brewery lot, going inside. I thought he might be calling the police. While talking, he asked me, "What does your sign say?" I showed him, then he repeated it to the person on the other side of the cell phone. No police ended up coming. It was too bad because it's fun to see people overreact. Some days, it seems people just react differently than others. Yesterday people didn't seem to react with too much anger. When one man asked why people should boycott the liquor industry, I told him the line about the disadvantages versus advantages. He eventually said, "Yeah," as I was persuasive. A crowd of young people came past me. Maybe they just got out of school. They looked as if they were either old junior high or young high school. I tried to persuade them to be rebellious and rebel against the liquor industry. One kid said, "I rebel against the government." Throughout the day my plan with the younger crowd was to try to appeal to their rebellious tendencies. I got one thumbs up from a passing car. One man passing in a car, while on a cell phone shouted, "Beer is good." Another passing car gave me the finger. My biggest problem was with a group of kids who shared one bike. They were a ways from me and they would take turns individually riding their bike to come to me. The first dude was the most inflammatory. I tried to convince him I was rebellious and he was a goody two-shoe. He called me a homosexual in very crude terms and he also called me a hippie. Another one of them asked me what was wrong with the liquor industry. I said, "Liquor kills lots of people." He said, "It's population control." Then using a similar motif to the one Jason on Chicken Soup This website used, I said, "Would you then support the terrorists who ran their airplanes into the Trade Center because they were controlling the population? Are you endorsing terrorism?" I twisted his logic because it was horrible logic. Later, when I made a rather simple statement, he wanted me to define some simple words. I replied, "I think I spoke simply enough." One of those kids said, "You read too many books." Is that an insult or a compliment? I figured it out that it would likely be best giving them the silent treatment since they seemed to ask me questions solely for the purpose of harassing me and not for actual understanding. When one kid asked me questions and made comments, I was silent. Although I did it real late in the game, I should have done it earlier, It may have worked, as they did not bother me again. I was sure glad I did the protest. I was proud of myself.